Day 36. Um, I want to talk to you about one of the creative byproducts that are showing up for me and my team uh, quite a bit because of the 2 hours of meditating every day. So for the last 36 days, I've been meditating 2 hours a day. When most of us have an excited idea, it's very often you'll have an excited idea. What if I do this? And immediately when you feel that, the next step, I believe, is to take whatever one step you need to take to make sure that you're going to do that idea. Like, what if I did a 10,000 seat theater? Okay, you feel how that's exciting? Just rent the theater. Now, I know this sounds crazy to so many people, but what most people do when they have an excited idea is crazy to me. And it's a lot of times what I've done in the past, but now more and more as I do it, you start to trust that that feeling of excitement is all you need. So most people do this thing where they go, I should write a book. I don't know how. And they start talking about how. And even if you said, you don't know, you don't need to know how, you could get a ghostwriter, someone would say, I don't know how to find a ghostwriter. And we are acting as if we're using this, we're acting as if what we're trying to do is truly find some hows, but really we're actually using as many hows that we can as an excuse to not do anything. So you could be like, I should do this. Nah, I don't know how I'm going to get time off of work. I should do this, and it's like in my genes. I don't know how that I could ever lose weight like that. I should get a gym membership. I don't know how I'll afford it. And I believe that's backwards. I believe if you get excited to do something, even if it's exciting to you, that excitement will pave the way for a million hows all the way there. So I was with my team a couple months ago, and I'm really excited because today we're going to release it. But we had just in an inspired moment at dinner this idea for a sketch. And then later we were so excited that same night we came up with another sketch. None of it was me going, how are we going to come up with a sketch and trying to write it out? You can't do that. Instead, you're having one of those moments with your friends and you say something really funny and everyone feels good and you go, that's a sketch. Now, immediately, if I wanted to think, I don't know how, I would come up with, I don't know how to write that. I don't know how to say the lines. I don't know how. And it's very often I've worked with a lot of people that I've seen in the past try to come up with, I don't know how, just enough to make you feel good enough about not following your dreams or the excitement. So when we came up with this idea for a sketch, I didn't know how, but I didn't care that I didn't know how. The next step was get the location for the sketch. That's all you need. Just what's the one next step to make sure that this feeling and idea are locked and loaded. So we had this idea for a sketch, and the idea was an enlightened family having an argument, but they're enlightened. So it's like Thanksgiving and they're having an argument at the table, but it's coming from full enlightenment. This sketch will be out today, and I'm really, really excited about it. It's my favorite sketch it's my favorite project I think I've ever done, like comedically. It's so cool. So, but now if I was trying to write how we would do it, I would be in my head immediately. Instead, what we did was we just said, okay, let's get the location. We got the location. We got the house to shoot it in. And then it was, let's cast it. All you need to know is who would be good in this, who's funny. So we made a few calls, and that's all we needed to know. We didn't need to make a script. We didn't need to know how it would work, right? Because it'll be so much less funny if everyone was in their head about the script. It would be so much less funny if there wasn't room to adjust. It would be so much less interesting if we were doing hows. Never try to figure out how first. Instead, be excited. When you're excited, the first thing to do is make whatever step you need to make just to make sure that this keeps happening. And then stay in that space of excitement. And then move towards it. What's the next step? Okay, cast it. Cool. We've just said, hey, are you available this date, this date, this date? That's it. right? So we get everyone to the set, and I don't even realize that I have no idea how to do it either. I just know I feel good. That's all I need to know. So everyone on the set, I just start talking. And when I start talking, I say, okay, so this is much more about how you feel about the other characters than the lines, because once we know how we feel, I'll tell you how to say the lines. And by the way, I didn't know how to say the lines. I just know that when they say a line, I'll then, in that moment, tell them how to say it from an enlightened perspective or an aware perspective or whatever. So I didn't even know what the process would be for shooting the sketch until we started, because all I knew was I was excited, and that excitement is all you need. The excitement will pave the way for all the hows. Watch yourself if you get excited about something and habitually just say, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do this, and disqualify yourself from something really exciting by stating all these things about how you used to be in the past. I should write a book. I don't know how to write a book. No, you've never written a book. That doesn't mean you don't know how to write it. That doesn't mean the skills aren't there to do it. That doesn't mean you don't have the ability to get a co-ghostwriter. That doesn't mean like you immediately are disqualifying yourself based on your past versus what you are right now. What you are right now is infinite possibility. So if you start coming up with why you can't or you don't know how to do it, you're saying the past you hasn't done it, not you don't know how. The past you hasn't done it. Those are two totally different things. So we then just started collecting scenes and filming, and every scene we shot came from a really inspired, excited place. So because we were hearing the line for the first time too, we're saying this thing, and then I would say, okay, now say it this way, and then whatever they said, they'd say it, and we started actually really identifying all these different people as characters in the scene. So that was fun because the process of making it was an unfolding of excitement with my heart just staying wide open and not closed so that we had to do it this way. This would be doing the work. But if it's this way, it comes out really creative, right? So then so we took this great footage. Now, most of the actors were looking at this, and I know we're thinking, this is just crazy, all the stuff you shot. Because we ended up with 4 hours of footage, and most of it was all off the cuff funny. So yesterday we edited, and that we didn't know. It was like we took the 4 hours and it was like we laid it out like a puzzle. And it was like, well, everything that feels light, keep, and everything that feels heavy, you throw away. And it was funny because we took 4 hours of footage and cut it down into 3 minutes in about, 5 hours, maybe less than that. And just, knew what to discard and just kept this, like they said about Michelangelo's David, that he just said, I took a block of granite and just chipped away everything that wasn't David. That's what we did with the sketch. What made me feel good? What made me not laugh as much? What made me feel light? What made me feel heavy? Everything that makes you feel heavy, throw it away. And as we kept going, we had this kind of cool, beautiful puzzle that was getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And then you'd be like, I really like it now. There's something off. And then you'd watch it again, and whatever made you feel heavy, you threw it out. So everything answered itself through my body, through my feeling. And it's so funny now. It's really tight, and I'm really excited about it. And today we're going to release it in a few hours from this video. So my message for today is, don't let this how thing stop you. Don't actually choose to come up with you needing to know how as an excuse to stop yourself from your greatness. Because you have infinite greatness. Everyone does. And that feeling is you creating a space to watch the greatness come through and really enjoy the process and an unfolding of infinite possibility. Every video I make, I don't know what I'm going to say. I just start. Now, most people would go, or I used to say, I need to know how to say the right words on the video. And I would disqualify myself from actually enjoying the experience of the whole thing unfolding in front of me. So don't let the how ruin your excitement. Really actually allow yourself to get excited and do whatever action you have to do to stay in that excitement. Just one. Rent the theater, book the cabin to write the book, whatever it is. And make sure it's from your heart and you have full alignment with that heart and that it's exciting to you. because for some reason we've trained ourselves to do things that aren't exciting. We go, what should I do? And now there's no excitement. We're trying to write or do something or leave or whatever for someone else's happiness. But when you're excited, you're moving from your happiness. Because if you're trying to do stuff for other people's happiness, you're in your head and you're a slave to their happiness. So that's the process for really excitement. You know, every sketch we've been doing lately, everything we've been doing, my events, it's a 2-day thing where you just open your heart and you start, and all the stuff lays out itself for you just because you're feeling good and excited and in the moment about it. So if you have an excited moment, don't come up with how do I do that enough to stop doing it. Just do the next thing to stay in that feeling, and then life will become an incredible journey of synchronicity, spontaneity, and just explosions of infinite possibility.